1974 on the shore.
I don't know if I want to watch this one or this one. This looks kind of crazy.
Hey kids, if you take a look through history, humans have always been pretty power hungry. From your Genghis Khans to your Napoleon Bonapartes, people are willing to fight each other just to be able to say they beat the other guy. It's just like at summer camp when I threw up on Parker Furdenson to get into the lead during a relay race after
This one looked pretty crazy.
2 dozen s'mores the night before. Hey, don't judge me for that. Parker had an unfair advantage. He had wheels. In short,
Official,
people
thank
are
you for the
obsessed with
18
power and are
months.
willing
Thank
to
you
go
so
to
much.
extreme lengths to keep it.
Hello.
If you take a look at our Animal Kingdom neighbors, you might recognize some of the same behavior. In 1971, Leaky, the alpha male of the Kasakela chimp tribe in eastern Tanzania, died. Now while the others were busy mourning his death, huddled around his casket exchanging words of sorrow, Humphrey took the opportunity to seize control. However, these two other monkey brothers, Hugh and Charlie, didn't want to give it up so easily, but they knew that neither of them would be able to beat Humphrey in a fight alone. So they put their monkey brains together. I have an idea. What if instead of trying to beat him one-on-one, we gang up on him and take him out together? I don't wanna. So instead they followed the old English maxim of, if you can't beat them, create a new faction, head south and start a new life. 6 males and 3 females left the Kasakela to create the new Kahama
Those poor females.
tribe. Humphrey didn't really like that and kind of went bananas. You could say he went apeshit. Turned into Furious George. Basically, Humphrey and 5 of his best monkey buds gathered together to create a war party and ambush Godi, a Kahama male, while he was on his own just minding his business. They just beat him with a stone, and when he couldn't move anymore, they celebrated by jumping up and down hollering like a bunch of baboons.
See, monkeys are evil.
Part of the Gombe Chimpanzee War. If I was Jane Goodall watching this, I would have packed my bags and Tarzaned my British ass back home. But alas, she stayed, and I get to exploit her life's work for free to make a YouTube video out of, so I'm not complaining. Now calling it a war is a bit generous towards the Kahamas, as it was so one-sided in favor of the Kasakela. Almost as one-sided as my crush on Jessica in high school. By the way, Jess, if you're watching this, hit me up. Over the next few months, they used some guerrilla warfare tactics and took out Hugh and Charlie one by one. Even though he was super chill and peaceful whenever the Kasakela came and massacred his brotherine, Humphrey's group took out Goliath too. Next on the hit list was Willy Wally.
God.
The polio vaccine hadn't quite made its way to the farthest reaches of the Tanzanian jungle, so he ended up being physically handicapped and wasn't much trouble for Humphrey. Last on the list was Sniff, a younger chimp who just wanted to get away with his life. The chimpanzee managed to avoid conflict and hide out for a whole year before finally disappearing. Plot twist, he was actually teaching himself to use an old M16 that one of Jane's guards left lying around the research compound, and ended up filling all but 3 of the monkeys up with enough lead to give an elephant vomiting, severe weight loss, and regular seizures. Just kidding, the Kasakela got rid of little Sniff with ease. Now that all the males were gone,
I thought that was serious that he actually got a gun.
his posse either enslaved or tried to assimilate the remaining Kahama females. So if there's one thing we learned from this, it's that the 70s were a crazy time. While we were busy messing around with literal pet rocks, the apes were fighting full-on civil wars. Well, I hope this story doesn't give you nightmares about monkeys for the next 4 days like it did for me.
I don't like monkeys. Confirmed.